Hello everyone, you are on the Pro Blockchain Media channel. This video is about a new interesting essay by Arthur Hayes. Trump. Russian. Watch the video till the end, so you don't miss anything important. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Arthur Hayes published a post on the blog titled "The Truth About Trump." Commentators and observers of the cryptocurrency market predict positive trends associated with the inauguration of the US President-elect Donald Trump in January 2025. But BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes has a different opinion. Hayes cautioned against inflated expectations of quick changes in cryptocurrency policy promised by Trump, highlighting the gap between market expectations and the realities of policy implementation. In his blog, The Truth of Trump, published on December 17th, Hayes said that his investment fund Maelstrom plans to reduce some positions to buy them back later at lower prices in the first half of 2025. Unlike many forecasters, Hayes doubts that the United States and other countries will start creating national reserves in Bitcoin anytime soon. The gap between high expectations and the lack of quick solutions. The market believes that Trump and his supporters require economic and political miracles, wrote Hayes, highlighting the gap between the expectations of crypto investors and the lack of politically acceptable solutions. In Hayes's opinion, implementing any policy changes regarding cryptocurrencies will likely take significantly longer than the market expects. Added, the market will instantly realize that Trump has at best 1 year to make any changes in policy.
Or around this date.
This realization will lead to a sharp sell-off of cryptocurrencies and other stocks associated with Trump 2.0. Hayes predicted a terrifying sell-off on Trump's inauguration day, before cryptocurrency enters a phase of rise and fall at the end of 2025. Hayes plans to sell in advance of the Maelstrom. Since Hayes expects markets to sharply fall in price after Trump's inauguration in January, Trump, the investment fund managed by Hayes' family office, will close some positions, hoping to buy at lower prices. Hayes said he will reduce some positions in advance in the hope of buying back some key positions at lower prices in the first half of 2025. The businessman explained the sale by saying that long-term investors have underinvested in the remaining part of the bull market, while many holders often sell too early. Several analysts predict that changes in Trump's cryptocurrency policy are likely to lead to the spread of Bitcoin and decentralized finance. The Singaporean cryptocurrency platform Matrixport stated that it expects a successful start for Bitcoin in 2025, adding that many investors will likely look back and wonder why they didn't accumulate more. Nevertheless, Hayes is not alone in his expectations that in early 2025, bearish events may occur in the market. According to Protos, there are rumors in the market that in January 2025 MicroStrategy might suspend issuing shares and convertible bonds to purchase a large amount of BTC. The first thing mentioned in the new essay by Hayes, any opinions expressed here are the personal views of the author and should not be used as a basis for making investment decisions, and should not be perceived as a recommendation or advice to engage in investment transactions. Next, let's go over the main points. Trump and Bessent repeatedly discussed the need to weaken the dollar to achieve America's economic goals. The question is against what and when the dollar should be devalued. The United States holds over 8,000 tons of gold, more than any other sovereign state, at least on paper. As everyone knows, gold is real money in world trade. The United States abandoned the gold standard just 50 years ago. The simplest way to achieve Bessent's goals is devalue the dollar compared to gold. Currently, the value of gold on the American balance sheet is $42.22 per ounce. Technically speaking, the Treasury issues a gold certificate for the Federal Reserve System of the United States, the value of which the Treasury estimates at $42.22 per ounce. Suppose Besant can convince the United States Congress to change the legally established price of gold, thereby devaluing the dollar relative to gold. In this case, a dollar credit will be deposited into the general account of the Treasury at the Federal Reserve System, which can be spent on the economy. The greater the devaluation, the more the TGA balance immediately increases, because essentially, dollars are created out of thin air by valuing gold at a certain price. Each increase in the official price of gold by $3,824 per ounce results in an increase in the Treasury general account by $1 trillion. Adjusting the book value to the current spot price of gold will result in an increase of the Treasury general account by $695 billion. With the help of a government decree, dollars can be created and then spent on goods and services by changing the value of gold. This is the devaluation of fiat currency. Since any other fiat currency also has an implicit value in gold, based on the amount of gold owned by the respective government, all these currencies will automatically rise relative to the dollar. In one night, without consulting the finance ministries of other countries, the United States can achieve a massive devaluation of the dollar relative to all its main trading partners. How much should the dollar weaken to reindustrialize the US economy? If I were in Besant's place, I would go all in. All in means a revaluation from $10,000 to $20,000 per ounce. Luke Groman believes that returning to the gold and dollar obligations ratio of the Federal Reserve from the 1980s will lead to a 14-fold increase in gold prices compared to the current level, which, after devaluation, will approach $40,000 per ounce. Politicians always press the easy button first. But this is a digest for crypto traders, and therefore the question arises, how will the gold price of $20,000 per ounce affect the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Many crypto enthusiasts first pay attention to talks about the strategic reserve. Strangely enough, if you read the bill, you will see that he proposes to finance purchases by increasing the price of gold held on the government's balance sheet. This allows the United States to assert its financial superiority over all other countries in the digital and physical realms. Bitcoin is the most reliable money that has ever existed, and the most reliable government fiat currency is the one whose central bank holds the most Bitcoin. Furthermore, governments whose finances fluctuate depending on the price of Bitcoin will pursue policies favorable to the expansion of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency ecosystem within their borders. This is akin to how governments encourage domestic gold mining and the development of reliable gold trading markets.
Look how the Chinese
encourages domestic ownership of gold through the Shanghai Gold Futures Exchange as an example of national policy aimed at increasing the financial power of the country and its citizens in real terms. If the US government creates more dollars by devaluing gold and uses part of these dollars to buy Bitcoin, then the price of Bitcoin will rise asymptotically, because why would anyone sell Bitcoin and receive fiat currency?
Which will be conducted by
There is a
Civen.
fixed price at which long-term holders will sell their Bitcoin, but it is not $100,000. I think, writes Hayes, that politicians will prefer to spend newly created dollars on something useful for the population to ensure victory in the upcoming elections. Although I do not believe that the US government will buy Bitcoin, this does not affect my optimistic forecasts for the price. After all, gold devaluation creates the dollar. In summary, it can be said that the rapid and sharp weakening of the dollar is the first step for Trump and Besant to achieve their economic goals. It is also something they can accomplish overnight without consulting lawmakers domestically or heads of foreign finance ministries. Considering that Trump has a year to show progress in achieving some of his goals and help Republicans maintain control over the House of Representatives and the Senate, I assume that in the first half of 2025, there will be a devaluation of the dollar relative to gold. Thank you for watching. This was Pro Blockchain Media with you.